Hello, my name is Derek Dopide, and I'm going to discuss the mass recall of the Galaxy Note 7 issued by Samsung in 2016. The recall was a result of a manufacturing defect that caused the batteries to explode. I will discuss the company's strategies to mitigate the damages done as a result of the defect and how the issue has had lasting effect on Samsung as a company today. Following the release of the Galaxy Note 7 by Samsung on September 2nd, 2016, the company was forced to suspend sales on the device after it was found that the devices contained a manufacturing defect that caused the batteries to explode and set fire. Samsung conducted an official recall on September 15th, 2016, and proceeded to exchange the phones for a different version of the same device that utilized a different power source for the battery. Unfortunately for Samsung, these models carried the same defect and the company was forced to recall the Galaxy Note 7 worldwide on October 10th, 2016, and prematurely cease production of the device. As a follow-up measure and safety precaution, Samsung distributed multi-layer fireproof boxes with packaging instructions. Samsung also issued software updates that were intended to eliminate their ability to work as mobile devices, which included the restriction of battery capacity and the ability to connect to a wireless network. The recall still had detrimental consequences to Samsung's business, with the companies projecting that their profits would be down by 33% for that quarter, and in comparison to the previous quarter. In July 2017, Samsung released a refurbished version of the Galaxy Note 7 known as the Galaxy Note Fan Edition, with a smaller battery. The Galaxy Note 8 was released September of the same year. The aftermath led many to criticize Samsung's handling of the crisis, as the company continuously sent mixed signals as to whether or not the devices and their refurbished counterparts were safe to use. The company's communication to the public was slow and ineffective, though they did apologize for the incident and tried to offer replacements. The replacements themselves were met with harsh backlash, as the devices were seemingly identical to the defected products that caused the crisis to begin with. The US government, in response, issued a ban on taking Galaxy Note 7s aboard airline flights, becoming one of the largest consumer-based bans aboard airlines in American history. Criticizers of the incident blame Samsung's want to imitate Apple's iPhones by making their products' batteries unremovable, as opposed to sticking with their previous design of having removable, exchangeable batteries. Analysts have argued that the recall permanently hurt the Samsung brand as a whole and would lead to the company losing its market share to competitors. On October 8, 2016, McEwen Wright LLP sued Samsung and proposed a class action lawsuit over its handling of the recall, stating that the company had failed to reimburse consumers for monthly costs associated with owning an unusable device. Samsung was also sued by consumers affected by the exploding phones, who alleged that the company refused to compensate them for property damage caused by the explosions. Samsung was again further criticized for the creation of electronic waste resulting from the Samsung's announced plan to destroy all returned phones rather than recycling and refurbishing them into new products. Samsung's response to these allegations and subsequent lawsuits was to enhance their products' batteries testing protocols and form an advisory board of academics. After the discontinuation of the Note 7, some features in the device were made available in later models of the Samsung phones. In conclusion, Samsung did not have a clear crisis plan in place for such an occurrence. This lack of planning resulted in a chaotic, disorganized, and overall poor result in the company's response to the crisis. The effects are still felt today, as consumers are wary of purchasing Samsung devices as a result of the incident. I've been asked the question many times since 2016, is this the device that explodes? Well, I believe that question reinforces the theory that consumers are wary of Samsung and their products. all stemming back from this one crisis incident that could have been handled much more effectively had Samsung had a crisis plan in place. All is not lost, however, as Samsung does seem to have learned from the crisis, and they have increased testing protocols and formed an entire new force dedicated to testing the products and their well-being. The billions of dollars lost as a result of the incident was detrimental, but time will tell if the crisis will have any lasting repercussions on the Samsung brand as a whole.